Hey, we're Team Maria, and this is homework 14. First thing we're going to go over is the things we learned from user testing yesterday. We met up with Bird, who was the first person we actually interviewed, and so she has sleep apnea, and she brought us some information about and she was able to meet us in Redwood City at like a burrito place. It was like Livix, and we talked about the three um, prototypes we had. The first one being the neck pillow. We didn't have a full prototype there, but we discussed it with her. We had the lo-fi one. We discussed it with her, and she talked about how it was just not useful in the sense that it wasn't practical in terms of size. It wasn't easily compressible. A lot of the trouble that she has with traveling with a CPAP is the fact that there's so many things on her at once that like having that pillow was would just add to that complication, and the fact that they probably wouldn't use it on an airplane anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, and so for our carrying case prototype, that one was pretty well received by her, I guess, in general. There were some things in terms of dimensioning and fitting everything in specifically to compartments, but other than that, she did like the idea of a case.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
The one thing she mentioned about the case was that it had to be bigger. We'd underestimated the size of the CPAP, and just emphasized that we had to protect the machine because that's something she was very worried about when she traveled.
mhm.
The last thing we tested was the mask with adjustable inserts for the tube, depending on like how you're sleeping. If it's bothering you when you sleep and you wake up. Um, yeah, I think she enjoyed that idea. I think what she emphasized about the prototype was that the most important part of a CPAP mask is the seal around your mouth to force the actual body to breathe, so that like the palate back here, soft tissue there doesn't like construct your breathing, your airway. And so like for that you need like a lot of air to be pushed in and out. And so those little holes that you'd like change the tube from had to be holes where as soon as you pulled it out, that would create a seal again when you plugged it into a different one. And that it was like easily detachable and removable because like you're fumbling around in the dark when you're sleeping.
All right, so the main idea that I think we're going to pursue is what we call the CPAC, which is the CPAP carrying case. Um, so here we have the user with sleep apnea, and so here she's going through the airport or maybe another sort of transit like a train. And so she has a lot of luggage because she has to carry her CPAP machine separately in a different sort of bag, which is very cumbersome and just sort of hard to tote around with her other luggage. So the problem is that existing carrying cases for the CPAP machine are very one-dimensional and not very versatile as just general pieces of travel luggage. So what we're sort of developing is a backpack that would be easy to carry as a to carry your CPAP machine in and have different, better organization for the different parts of the CPAP machine, and that will keep them organized and safe. And so here's our user using just one bag to carry her both her regular luggage and her CPAP machine all in one.
And that's the CPAC.